I don't know what else to say. It's just the world is going crazy. I did talk to
It's crazy.
no, I talked to a friend of mine, and my whole view about the COVID-19. We just keep talking about it, but it's pretty relevant for today. Um, I kind of thought, this whole thing is just extremely over exaggerated and overhyped and all that. But I did have a good conversation with a friend of mine who lives in Texas, and he had told me that both of his parents have COVID-19 and they're in quarantine right now.
Huh.
And so, yeah, and so that's pretty surprising because I actually didn't know a single person that had it. So,
Well, and that's the thing. I don't know a single person that has it. There's obviously some people really do have it, but the average person in America doesn't know anyone that has it. And this is what I've been telling people day after day after day is eventually, if the economy stays shut down, if most of the people don't know anyone personally that even has it, they're going to start noticing the disparity, the difference, and they're going to get angrier and angrier
mhm.
because the whole thing was bought under the assumption that half of America will die if we don't do this. And if we do this, we're still going to lose 10% of America. So it's like we have to do this or else. And now we're getting to the part where the or else is supposed to show up. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I
where's
think
the.
they're about to. It looks to me like they're getting ready to open the economy up again.
There's,
So,
yeah, there's 2, 3 states that are, was it Tennessee and Alabama or maybe no, Georgia that are opening up the parts of
did
the
you
economy
hear
this
that
Friday.
Missouri was the first state, or I think they might even be the first,
State in the Union,
no,
Missouri
to
was.
file a lawsuit against China?
Yeah, yeah, I read that
Yeah.
today.
I wonder if Missouri's like the first out of anybody to file a lawsuit against China.
How does that work?
Well,
The Missouri National Guard is
you could probably
invading China as
you
we
could probably
speak.
look up an article on that so we can give people accurate information, or accurate ish information.
Well, then I couldn't file for unemployment if I did work.
Well, so they're basically blaming China, like because of this happening, that it's cost us billions of dollars and that they're on
It
the hook
has.
for it, which they are. I mean, if
They are pretty well. American intelligence is pretty assured now that it did come out of a lab in Wuhan. Now, it
yeah,
might not have been created a la Resident Evil in a lab, but they believe that they were able to But I think what happened. I keep.
just
I
throw
am.
her in the cup,
I am not.
drown her.
I do not promote violence against women. So, all right. So, I don't. I think basically what went down was they had a bat in a cage flying around that, they caught and squeezed some corona out of it into a petri dish and worked it from there. And then at this point, it's looking like if you just look at the evidence, it looks like they knew it was there, and either they chose not to shut it down and to let it spread, which would have been the most negligent act in human history after Hitler and Stalin, killing thousands and thousands of people when they knew they could have prevented it, or they really wanted it to happen in its economic get back against Trump and whoever they don't
I
like in Italy.
I think probably what makes sense, and here we go with our own opinions and assumptions, but what I think happened is I'm pretty sure it came from a lab in Wuhan, like they're saying, because just think about it. For all these years, China has always eaten crazy stuff. I mean, that's part of their culture. They eat like dogs and cats and bats and rats and everything, man. They eat everything, and it's disgusting. It's inhumane. Like what they do to the animals is just horrific.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been eating like that for centuries, and then all of a sudden, this crazy. Now
Why
we've had,
now? Why now?
yeah, I mean, we've had other
Think
viruses
about
that have
that.
come about, like the flu, the Spanish flu, and all that stuff. But this is the first time I think the entire world's economy, like everything, is shut down.
Yeah.
But
Part
I
of
think what happened is that it was in the lab in Wuhan. Patient zero was an employee there, It accidentally leaked out, and then the doctor that exposed it, he ends up dead. You know,
Interesting. This smells like the Spectre organization
right.
from James
So
Bond.
probably what happened is China realized, like you're saying, they realized, oh crap, we messed up. Something happened. This could be bad, but let's try to clean this up before it gets out there to the masses. And unfortunately, it didn't work out the way they planned, and it was devastating to the planet. So
Mhm.
now they have to deal with the consequences of what they did.
I think Dr. Evil is behind it.
Dr. Evil,
Mm-hmm.
I love God.
An evil virus?
Dr. Evil. Man, I don't even think people know what
I was just
Austin
thinking
Powers is anymore.
about that. Yeah, it's
That was
one
what
funniest
that
films
came
in
out in the
history.
90s, right? Like
Yeah, it was like 90 something,
95.
mid-late 90s.
Yeah. Yep. Dr.
Yeah.
Evil.
So
Yeah.
here's an interesting thing, and this kind of thing happens to me. These circumstances of coincidence, circumstances of coincidence, they happen to me all the time. All right, so right before this is in drumroll, January. Yes, this is actually in early February. All right, so I'm at this working for a company, and I'm at this conference, which is actually in Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and got to see the locker room, that the Chiefs locker room, and Patrick
That's awesome.
Mahomes' locker, and he had his jersey in there. They had his jersey in there for everybody to see. So after the tour left, and I was purposely lagging behind, I kind of grabbed the jersey, I almost put it on.
All right, Will, we want to thank you for this book.
Do not provoke violence against women.
Go ahead. So you saw the jersey, you were in the locker room.
And
Where
yeah,
the Chiefs?
and this has nothing to do with a coincidence, but so we're all having this big conference breakfast and listening to speakers from this major, one of the top 20 companies in the United States, and this bat starts flying around the room.
Oh, I remember you sent me
Yeah,
that.
I took video of it that I later deleted because this stupid phone runs out of space quick. The bat starts flying around the room for it's like 10 minutes. And, the speaker stops at first because what do you do? It's a bat flying around the room. And then they realize, well, this bat's stealing my glory. So they just keep on rolling, and this bat swirling around the room. And then we have the bat virus.
Well, it was probably that bat that caused it. That was
It probably
actually
flew from China.
it was probably
By the
like
way.
they probably planned it. They sent it over here like a weapon
Mm-hmm.
of mass destruction.